Hi guys. So earlier today, I had this awesome, really super interesting workshop uh, that I did live for a group of almost 30 people. And you are watching this because you signed up to receive the recording of that live workshop. Unfortunately, what happened is that I forgot to press the record button. Okay, so here I am recording this after the live workshop is wrapped up. I'm recording this by myself in order to have something to send to you guys, to those of you who haven't had the chance to catch um, the live webinar. So let's start. The topic that you signed up for is how to publish your articles on top online publications in your niche. So I'm going to share my process, the exact process, general process that I'm using for myself and for my clients, and also a few tips and things that I have learned from my own experience. I have been doing this for the past 2 years, so I have seen a lot of different scenarios, and I think that it could be useful for you guys to learn about it. Okay. Um, so in this workshop, we will cover, first of all, we will see what is guest blogging and how you can use it to grow your blog or business, because this is the ultimate purpose of every marketing strategy out there, right? And then we are going to talk about how you can go from zero to contributing your articles to top online publications such as Entrepreneur, Forbes, Business Insider, Mind Body Green, or depending on your niche, whatever big name website or blog you have on your dream list. And this presentation was for the purpose of the live workshop. So there was a Q&A session at the end. Unfortunately, that part, the Q&A session, is not applicable for this recording, of course. And I'm so sorry for that because people ask me lots of very useful questions, very, very good questions. So very quickly, allow me please to introduce myself. I am the founder of oliviaangelescu.com, and my specialty in my online business is creating buzz and authority for my clients with mainly two different marketing strategy: content marketing and strategic Facebook ads campaigns. So this is what I do. These little two faces here, cute faces, are the reason why I gave up my career. I was working as a management consultant, and then I just wanted to be a present mother for these two little faces here. So this is why I started my business. Okay, so let's begin. What is guest blogging or guest posting? So both of those terms are the same thing, and they mean basically that you write an article and you publish that article on someone else's website or blog instead of your own. Why would you want to do that? Because the website that is going to publish your article, sorry, is has more traffic, is more established than yours. So what this allows you to do is to immediately get in front of their readers, who of course need to be your targeted ideal audience as well. And in this way, if those readers like your article, they will come back to your website. They will sign up for your email list. You can convert them into your own audience, your own subscribers. And then, of course, using email marketing, you can connect with them even deeper. You can build a connection with them, and eventually they will convert into your clients. Now, the top benefits of guest blogging is instant visibility, because once your article is published out there, you are instantly visible in front of the eyes of your ideal audience, and this equals free PR basically. So it's PR that you earn for yourself without having to pay for a PR person or a PR company. And then it builds your authority, it builds your brand, especially when you start posting articles on websites that are well known in your niche. Your audience, your readers will start to automatically associate your brand with the brand of that top article. So basically, it comes with the authority factor included, if you want. And then it's a great way to generate traffic and leads. And if you have a blog, if you are interested in SEO and stuff like that, I'm sure you already know that guest blogging is a great way to improve your SEO strategy and increase your Google authority so that more people find your website and become your leads. And then last but not least, it's a great way of connecting with people, and those connections can be super valuable for you, because those people are people that are already established in your niche. So this can of course go a long way. And the more guest blogging opportunities you get, the most um, the more other types of partnerships you can get as well. And all of this, the best part is that all of these are for free. So you don't have to pay a single dollar to get those. And of course, just like with any other marketing strategy, whenever you are not investing money, you are investing time. So you are going to need to put in some of your time, but you trade, basically you don't spend your money, but you need to spend some hours on it. So it's especially great if you are just beginning in your business, and you are very careful about your budget. And just to show you some examples, all those three guys here, and I have many more, so these are just three examples. Those are very high level online marketers. So they are running multiple seven figure businesses. And they have been using guest blogging intensively to grow their business. And some of them still do. Of course, that right now they are doing it at a different level, at a very high level. But I have been watching them, and I'm showing this to you just so that you can realize that if those guys, who again are like very high, like Tim Ferriss, he's the author of the 4-Hour Work Week. I'm sure that a lot of you guys already know who his name. Um, so oh, sorry, this is not Tim Ferriss, although I have an example with Tim Ferriss. So this is Amy Porterfield. So this is a guest post written by Amy Porterfield um, about Tim Ferriss on the ProBlogger site. This is a guest post written by Derek Halpern. This is a guest post written by my whole-time favorite Ramit Sethi on Lead Pages. So yeah, I just want to show you that if those top people are doing this, the guest blogging thing, it must mean it works, right? Because they do have, actually Ramit Sethi has also invested in Facebook ads, and they haven't worked out for him. So he uses, and he used, guest blogging intensively, as I said. And this is another example. This is Neil Patel. He is one of the most influential people in the online marketing space. And according to his own words, so as you can see here, um, he used, so guest blogging is how he grew his traffic, his blog traffic, right? And but he started small in this journey. So he started out with niche industry blogs, writing about SEO, social media blogging, and now he's one of the most, as I said, one of the most. He works with Amazon, right, and NBC and HP, so to grow their revenue. So he is very well known. And this is a print screen that I took in one of the Facebook groups I'm part of. There was this thread where people were asking. So somebody was asking, what's your favorite strategy to grow your email list that really really worked out well for you? And a lot of the people in there said they have been using guest blogging to grow their list, myself included. And this is just one example of somebody who went from 100 to more than 15,000 subscribers by doing two things, SEO and guest posts. And the two of them, SEO and guest posts, work together. And in case you're wondering if you can actually get paying clients out of one particular, one single guest post, yes, this is the proof. So especially when I started to publish my articles on top websites, very trusted websites in my niche, I started to receive every month. I received emails from people who didn't know me before. They just stumbled upon one of my guest posts. They really really liked the way I the content in there. Um, and because they trusted me, they see me as an expert because I'm a contributor to this top website. They want to hire me. This is enough for them, right? So yes, you can get paying clients, and I'm also going to share with you later on another example from one of my awesome clients who did just that. Okay, so let's see how to go from zero to becoming a contributor to top online publications. The general process looks like that. Step one, do your research. So put together a list of publications that are a great fit for your goals. So you do have to know your business goals, and then see how this guest blogging can support that goal. Um, you also, in the research phase, you also want to gather all the information you need for the pitch, like email address. Do they have any pitching guidelines that you need to follow? What is the traffic that website has? Things like that. And of course, you'll use Google, but pay attention how you are using Google because there are billions of websites and blogs out there, and probably 80% of them are just crappy websites that are not going to do anything for you. So it's very easy to get lost in the Google research process. And so you really want to know what you are doing there. And there are also a couple of free tools and pay tools that you can start using once you get more comfortable with this process. Then the second step is to write and send your pitch. And by this pitching process, I mean the initial pitch, so the initial email you are sending to the editor or to the blogger, and all the follow-up emails that you need to send out in case you don't hear back from them in a reasonable period of time. And with the pitching part, the key. So the key that will get your email pitches open, read, and replied to is personalization. Um, what this means is that you need to know who is the receiver of your email, what's the name of that person, a few things about them that you can, maybe you can find things about them that will make you realize you have some things in common that you can bring up. Um, like if you are a part of the same Facebook community, Facebook group, or maybe you are both students of the same course, I don't know, anything that you can use, or you both really love baseball, I don't know. And using the name of the person is very effective and is the least you can do, right? And then step three, refine and repeat. So after you have been doing this for a while, after you have at least a few different guest posts published on different outlets, analyze your results, analyze your traffic, your leads, your business that you generate because of them. And you'll see, like in my example, I think I have in total around 50 different articles published so far on different um, small and big websites. And probably the ones that help my business the most are only 10 of them. Okay. So you can look at your results, and you should look at the results and do more of what's working for you. Okay. So let's see what are the different media outlets or publications that you can use. We have been talking about guest post, guest blogging, guest posting, and it basically means that we are talking about websites and blogs. But the same process applies also to podcasts. Podcasts, again, you need to do your research, you need to do your pitching. The difference is that you pitch yourself as a guest instead of pitching an article idea that you write. And podcasts are actually can be actually for you know specific niches, for specific topics. They can actually be more helpful sometimes, not all the time, just because, for example, if your audience is in the United States, you will be very interested to know that according to the latest statistics, right now half of the members of every family in the United States is listening to a podcast. So podcasts are are reaching a lot of people, and also the way, the experience of the people of your audience when they are listening to your voice, they feel they are already more connected to you. So this is also helpful because it helps you create a quicker, better relationship with your audience. And then we have the top websites in a niche. And I listed this out as a separate third category just because they have a very different approach when it comes to approving guest posts or your articles. And a few examples here would be in the business space, of course, Business Insider, Inc., Fast Company, Forbes, Entrepreneur. Mindbody Green would be in the health space, in the wellness, personal development space. And as you gain experience, you can add to those even more. So you can go after print magazines, newspapers, both at local and national level, and even radio shows and TV shows. But you start with websites, smaller websites and blogs, podcasts, and top websites. Now, first of all, please understand that starting small is totally fine. Actually, this is how everybody starts. So start where you are. Don't try to jump too high at once. Have a strategy, set a time frame, and be consistent. And I'm going to quickly turn on the light because it's getting dark. So whenever I set a specific guest blogging goal or media goal for myself, I usually set it out for the next 3 months, for example, or 6 months. Usually I work with a 3 months time frame. So a nice goal would be I want to get featured on Mind Body Green and another 5 different websites by September the 1st, let's say, right? And after you have this goal, it's much easier for you to visualize and map out whatever daily, weekly actions you need to take so that you ensure consistency, because consistency is key here. You have to send out regular pitches, a lot of pitches, because basically, like from my own experience, if I do the math here, if I send out 10 pitches, I will probably hear back from 6 of them after extensive follow-up even, and from the 6 of them, basically I think around 4 of them are actually positive answers. So this is exactly the steps you need to take in order to go from zero, which would be here, to writing for top websites here. And first you need to realize that, so this is like a ladder, right? You have to climb the ladder, the stairs each time. And the stair you are starting with is very important. It acts like a very solid foundation, and it's all about your own content. So before starting to reach out to other blogs, websites, podcasts, you should have your own articles published on your own blog. Or if you don't have a blog, and that's fine, you can publish them on a publishing platform such as medium.com, which is free to use. You can literally set up a Medium account and publish your article in 5 minutes or so. Or you can do it on LinkedIn if you like. Okay, you just need to have great quality content on the topics of your expertise published somewhere, so that you can just in case an editor asks you, okay, you want to write for us, can you please send us some writing samples, so that you can have something for them to see. And once you have your own content, and I'm talking here about at least 5 great articles of your own, you are ready to pitch yourself, to pitch your ideas to small websites. So first of all, let's see what are those small websites. So by a small website, understand a website or a blog who has less than 1,000 people coming to the website every day. Okay, and there are free tools you can check out. You can use to check out the traffic of a particular site. I use Alexa, which is great. But you can Google free traffic reports, free blog traffic reporting tools, and I'm sure you can find others as well. Now, you need to be careful with the small websites, because, as I said, there are billions of blogs out there, and most of them are not serious blogs, right? Of course, we are excluding the ones with, weird topics, with violence, with guns, we are excluding that, of course. This is normal. But what I want to say here is that a lot of people are starting a blog on a whim, and then they publish an articles, and then they give it up because they don't want to continue. So the first thing you should look at is, of course, the overall look at the blog. So it doesn't need to look spammy in any way. It needs to look like a serious blog. But then look at how fresh their content is. So you want to only initially select blogs that are still fresh and relevant, right? Also, smaller bloggers, so the owners of smaller websites, don't they don't receive lots of pitches every day. They are just not at that level yet. So they will feel flattered if your pitch is genuine, if you really make a great guest blogging person for them, and so that they will probably send you an answer quickly, and you can have your at least 3 to 5 great small websites, small guest posting opportunities on small websites. You can have them in a couple of weeks, if not even less than that. So this process, going from your own content to small websites, will be quick. Now, after you are here and you have succeeded to publish a few articles on small websites, you can start pitching your articles to medium websites. And the traffic here is higher, somewhere around, more than 1,000 people every day reading that website, coming to that website. And here, we are no longer talking about a small blog, a small blogger, right? We are talking about a blogger, or the owner of the website is somebody who is pretty passionate about their topic, their business, their website, their blog. They have already seen some revenues coming from that website, and what do they want? They want to increase their traffic. They want to increase their revenues. So for them, revenue comes for increasing their traffic. So what they are really interested in is, first of all, they need to see that you are an expert in your field and you can create great, super valuable articles for their audience so that they can use your knowledge to get even more traffic for them, right? It's a win-win situation, but they really want to see that. At this level, we can even find a small editorial team, meaning that sometimes there is not a single person who runs the website or the blog anymore. They are a small team. So sorry, I'm just very quickly going through a few notes just to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything. So just make sure that you can showcase in your pitch that the article ideas you are pitching to them will be super valuable for their audience. So if you can support this idea, then you'll be good to go. And once you have a few guest posts published on Medium websites, you are ready to go for the top websites, right? And here we are talking about websites who have more than, I don't know, at least 10,000 people per day coming to that website. For example, and it goes up from there. Forbes, I think they have around 30 millions of people reading the websites every year, which is an impressive number. The idea here that those websites, the top websites, are run by teams, by editorial teams. And usually what this means is they have at least one editor who works full-time to create the content and publish content regularly, like every day. Every day they're publishing more than one article. I don't know, 10, even more than this. And this editor works with paid journalists that are, employed by the website, and also they can work with freelancers. So they are paying money to people who can write for them on consistent basis. As I said, you could find one editor or several editors that cover different topics or subtopics. Your strategy with the top websites is going to be a little bit different than all of the rest. First of all, what I do whenever I want to pitch my article idea to a specific top website, I really take my time to read as much content I can read on that website. Like I take at least 1 hour to browse that website. I also perform a search on that website to find out content that is related to my specific idea that I want to pitch, just to make sure I'm not pitching something that they have extensively covered before. Also, I read their about page very carefully, because there on the about page, you can find super valuable information about their mission, about their goals, their why, so you can understand what they stand for. This is super important for your pitch. I check how long are the articles. So are you talking about 600 words or more like 2,000 words articles? Again, this is maybe obvious, but you should first be sure that they even welcome guest bloggers, people that can submit articles. And I make sure I know who is the editor that will probably take a look at my pitch. I Google him or her just to see if they maybe have like a personal website or blog. I can find more about them there. Or journalists, they are always like, I don't think I ever met a journalist or an editor who doesn't have a Twitter profile, and they are very active on Twitter. So if you want to, connect with a journalist, look them up on Twitter. And honestly, when you get to this level, you will probably get rejected like a lot. What's really important is to understand that whenever you receive a negative answer, a no, from an editor, they are not saying no to you as a person. Okay, it means that at this specific time, this particular article idea, topic that you pitch to them is not the best fit for them. They schedule their content at least 1 month in advance, if not more than that. So they might have already scheduled something for the next month that is very similar to the idea that you pitched to them. So keep this in mind. And even if you receive a negative answer, don't stop there. First of all, what I like to do is whenever I send a pitch, especially to a top website or blog in my niche, I never just pitch a single idea. I always send at least 3 different ideas so that I can improve my chances that one of my ideas will actually be a good one for them, right? And even if they say no, I reply to that email, that negative answer. I say, hi, I don't know, Michael or whatever the name is of that person. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. I have, analyzed a little bit the original ideas that I sent you, and I now see why they might not be the best fit for you. But here is another three ideas that I think are better than the original ones. Can you please have a look and let me know if any of those is something you'd like to to see in a draft article? And what's funny is that today another article that I wrote, sorry, I wrote. It's very, I'm very tired. It's very late. So another article that I wrote was published on entrepreneur.com. And this article, so the original answer that I received from the editor at entrepreneur.com was a no. But I didn't stop there, and I sent to him as part of the conversation, as part of the ongoing conversation. I sent to him another three different article ideas, and he liked this one. And now the article is live. Okay, so don't stop at the no. Of course, this is not going to work all the times, but even if it works 20% of the times, it's going to help you tremendously. Of course, that you need to be pleasantly persistent, okay? So don't, people do it in a polite way, don't really annoy or spam those editors. And why you should make this kind of effort? I mean, why you should even go beyond the no and don't give up? It's just that even one single link, even one single article that you published on a top website it has endless possibility to impact your business. Like from the SEO point of view, if you want to increase your the traffic that comes to you via Google, a single link coming from a top website equals hundreds of links that are coming from medium and small website. Okay, this is not all. Of course, that if you write an article on Forbes, just a single article, you get to say in your marketing that you have been featured on Forbes, right? So if you have seen all those cool media logos that people are using, some of them took a single article or a single podcast interview. Okay. So even when we're talking about top websites, even if we have websites that are in the same niche, like for example, Entrepreneur, Forbes, and Fast Company, they are in the same niche, the business niche, right? But they are very different among themselves. And you need to understand how they are different and adapt your pitching strategy, right? For example, they might have a very different editorial policy, right? Entrepreneur versus Forbes. Let's take these two. On entrepreneur.com, you have on their website they have like email address where they tell you to submit your pitches there, and so they are open to receiving pitches. And a lot of their articles, if you check out their website, a lot of their articles are coming from contributors like me, for example, right? And we are not paid for this. So this is, a classical guest blogging process. Forbes, on the other hand, is not really open to receiving a one-time article from somebody, no matter who is that person, right? I mean, not necessarily, I wouldn't go that far. But you understand what I'm trying to say. So Forbes has different editors, and each editor works with Forbes journalists and uh, Forbes contributors. So they have a network of paid journalists and a network of contributors that are, approved contributors. And once they are approved, they need to submit regular content to them at least twice per month, I think, from what I've heard. So what this means to you, for you, is that you can pitch entrepreneur directly, but if you want to write for Forbes, you need to pitch one of their contributors because you cannot publish your own article. So the next best thing is to pitch your story, your profile, to a contributor that covers your topic, and they will be the author of the article, and they will write an article about you. But you still get a link to your website. You still get to say that you to use the Forbes logo on your marketing. So it's basically the same thing, just the editorial policy is different. So the whole pitching process is different. And then again, we have websites that are in the same niche, but they cover very different angles, right? Like, for example, entrepreneur versus fast company. So while entrepreneur.com speaks about the challenges that business owners have inside their businesses and how they manage to solve those challenges in a creative way, what works for them. Fast Company is about innovation. It's about new things, new products that are launching, new technology, the new way of doing business. It's like they want to cover like the future of the business, how the business world is going to look 2 years from now, 10 years from now, but based on what's happening today, right? So these two are very different angles. And this matters, of course, when you are brainstorming what you can pitch to them. And if you want like a success formula for your pitching process, it's half pitch, the original pitch, half is in the follow-up. As I said, be pleasantly persistent and don't spam people and take the conversation further even their first answer is a big fat no. Okay, at this level your effort is worth it, trust me. In terms of following up, I want to add here that what I do is I like to follow up 1 week, 2 weeks, and 3 weeks after my original pitch. And if they don't get back to me in 3 weeks, I send a fourth email and ask them if they think my original idea, the original idea that I pitched to them, might be a better fit for somebody else that works in the same company. Okay, so I hope that I went through some things that you found super valuable, and now I very quickly want to tell you about how I can potentially help you skyrocket your traffic, leads, and authority with guest blogging and podcast interviews. So as I mentioned before, this is my jam, right? This is how I personally grew my business, and over the past 2 years, I have helped hundreds of coaches, bloggers, business owners, and professionals do the same. So if you want to steal my process, and easily find tons of websites that are a great fit for you, instead of random blogs that will not help you reach your goals. If you want to learn how to craft persuasive email pitches, how to put together headlines that are designed to catch the editor's attention, how to write effective author bios, what exactly to put in there and what not to put in there, so that you can get readers interested in learning more about you. And more important, how to leverage every guest posting opportunity so that you can actually get tangible results on your business. Then I want to help you jumpstart your guest blogging success. I do have a program that I'm launching every July. So it was launched last year for the first time. I already have around 100 people who went through the program. They had, like, the ones that really took action and were consistent in implementing everything. And I'm going to show you a few examples. Like, they went from no guest blogging experience to making thousands of dollars because of their guest blogs posts, right? And this is the link. You will have the link also in the email that I sent you together with this recording. So you can check out all the details. And what's inside? Again, my step-by-step process that I use to get featured on top publications in my niche, and jumpstart my business. You can, access instantly, so everything is pre-recorded. You'll find inside 5 big modules that cover everything from finding great websites, what makes a good website, what to look at when deciding if you want to pitch that website or not, how to brainstorm the perfect article ideas for each of them, how to write great pitches that are not ignored, and, as I said, more importantly, how to leverage your published articles to grow your business. And then, because I wanted to take all the excuses out of people, and I know there are a lot of people who hate doing research. So I did the research myself, and I'm including a database of 700, actually more than that, websites and podcasts from all the different main niches online. So business, marketing, um, personal development, health and fitness, home and family, so parenting included, and writing, and career and money. So and you'll find this list together with all the information you need to send your pitches in 5 minutes or less. Okay, so you'll have the email of the editor. You'll have the link to their guest blogging guidelines, any tips based on my own experience with those blogs or websites. You can even have you will even have a summary of the guest blogging guidelines. And I also have a training, a module on how to get more podcast interviews that you can handle and further improve your traffic and authority, and all the swipe files and templates that you'll ever need, right? From writing headlines, coming up with article ideas, even pitches. So if you totally must use pitches, pitch templates, because otherwise you are not going to send any pitch, then I have a pitch for you. I actually have something that's more useful. I have a swipe file with examples of my own pitches that were approved, so that you can see what personalization means and what worked and what works really well, right? And as a fast action bonus for those who sign up until Monday, this Monday. So that's July, let me check, July 22nd, Monday, end of the day. So the card will be open until next Friday, right? But if you sign up, if you enroll in the program by Monday, the 22nd of July, you will get access to a live group media and PR power session that is going to happen either in August or September, depending on your when you are available. And during this group, this will be like a group done with you kind of thing, where I will help you put together your media strategy for this year and next year. Okay, I currently charge $250 for this workshop, and you get it for free if you enroll by Monday. So we are talking about establishing your PR and media goals, and then mapping out everything you need to do and to have in place so that you can meet those goals. So identifying your key brand messages, coming up with lots of different pitch ideas, filling up your pitching calendar so that you can know every month what to pitch and who to pitch. I'm also going to include successful pitch examples for top websites and even print magazines. So it works wonderfully even if you have like a physical program, but a physical product, sorry, but not only. So all you have to do to access this group program is to enroll by Monday, the 22nd of July, and then send me an email and we will set up the details. Like I will ask you when you have the time to do this. It's like 1 hour, 2 hours workshop, so it takes around 2 hours. Okay, so that's it. I would like to show you. So this is, as I said, this is the sorry, I'm just okay. So this is you can find here more details. This is one of my clients, Deepshika. I love her to pieces. She basically used one guest post to get a paying client for $1,000 from it, and you can see, different testimonials from my past students and clients here. So if at any time you have any questions, feel free to ask me. So I really hope you have hopefully I have shared with something you haven't pre known. So take care, and we will be in touch soon. Bye bye.